Hi. So, I really enjoyed this class. I've learned a lot. I have actually been leading worship at my church, not every week, but as a volunteer off and on, and through interim um, things where we've been between worship pastors. But I've led worship quite a bit. Um, but just getting into the kind of nitty gritty of the programs and sound and lighting and things I haven't really experienced before. I've just kind of known that they worked and they happened, but I didn't really know what went into making them happen. So I've really enjoyed just being able to learn a little bit more in depth so that I can better serve the sound people and the pro presenter runners and the different media people, sound and video people, just because then I kind of know what it takes to do their job, so it helps me to be a more effective leader. So I've really enjoyed learning different aspects of that, especially I feel like with the sound, because before it's like as a vocalist I could kind of be like, hey, like something doesn't sound right, it's this is happening. But now I can sit and say, okay, the higher end of the EQ on this is kind of given a ring or whatever else, and it kind of gives me a little bit more understanding and a little more confidence in what I'm saying, so that I don't feel like I just sound like I don't know what I'm talking about when trying to communicate effectively with my team members. So that's been great. On a more biblical aspect, I feel like I've really enjoyed just opening my mind and the thoughts on why do we use media, and why do some people not use media, and just the effectiveness of, like, are we using it in an effective way, that we're not overusing it or abusing it, but in a way that it is enhancing our worship and not bringing distraction to our worship. So I really enjoyed just thinking about that process, and why we use it and why we don't. Just that biblical portion of it. It's like, are we using it and being good stewards of what we have been given, or are we overusing it and causing people to not be able to connect with the Lord when they enter through our doors? Because ultimately, our goal is to bring people to Jesus and to minister them in the best way that we can. And I feel like I've really enjoyed just thinking about that in the context of worship and media and sound and what we're doing with that. And I actually had an opportunity to go to a conference this past weekend, and I was able to kind of, even just sitting there, I'm sitting there looking at their lighting and I'm looking at their sound, listening to the sound and things that are happening, and it just gave me a better overall understanding of what they had going on, so that I could kind of compare what we have, to see if we're using it as effectively as we could, just to see how other people were using it. But because I had a better understanding of what it was very helpful to me um, in those times. So I really appreciate having the opportunity to learn, and I am looking forward to what the Lord has to do through me, and my time at Liberty. Thank you.